Hi guys. All right, so my phone charged a little bit, if anybody watched my live stream. And when I was getting my Bible out earlier to read from Isaiah in the last reading on my uploaded video, while flipping open to Isaiah, I first passed Ecclesiastes, so I went back to that. And come on, it's on Ecclesiastes 7. I cannot and will not make this up anyways. So that's what I'm going to be reading. I haven't read it yet. I mean, at some point back in time I did because I've underlined some things, but here we go, shall we? The name of chapter 7 of Ecclesiastes is The Contrast of Wisdom and Folly. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death than the day of birth. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for this is the end of all mankind, and the living will lay it to heart. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of face the heart is made glad. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. It is better for a man to hear the rebuke of the wise than to hear the song of fools. For as the crackling of thorns under a pot, so is the laughter of all fools. This also is vanity. And that term in Hebrew can refer to a vapor or mere breath. Surely oppression drives the wise into madness, and a bribe corrupts the heart. Better is the end of a thing than its beginning, and the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Be not quick in your spirit to become angry, for anger lodges in the heart or in the bosom of fools. Say not, why were the former days better than these? For it is not from wisdom that you ask this. Wisdom is good, with an inheritance, an advantage to those who see the sun. For the protection of wisdom is like the protection of money, and the advantage of knowledge is that wisdom preserves the life of him who has it. Consider the work of God. Who can make straight what he has made crooked? In the day of prosperity be joyful, and in the day of adversity consider. God has made the one as well as the other, so that man may not find out anything that will be after him. In my vain life I have seen everything. There is a righteous man who perishes in his righteousness, and there is a wicked man who prolongs his life in his evil doing. Be not overly righteous, and do not make yourself too wise. Why should you destroy yourself? Be not overly wicked, neither be a fool. Why should you die before your time? It is good that you should take hold of this. And from that withhold not your hand, for the one who fears God shall come out from both of them. Wisdom gives strength to the wise man more than 10 rulers who are in a city. Surely there is not a righteous man on earth who does good and never sins. Do not take to heart all the things that people say, lest you hear your servant cursing you. Your heart knows that many times you yourself have cursed others. All this I have tested by wisdom. I said, I will be wise, but it was far from me. That which has been is far off and deep, very deep. Who can find it out? I turned my heart to know and to search out and to seek wisdom and the scheme of things, and to know the wickedness of folly and the foolishness that is madness. And I find something more bitter than death, the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God escapes her, but the sinner is taken by her. Behold, this is what I found, says the preacher, while adding one thing to another to find the scheme of things, which my soul has sought repeatedly, but I have not found. One man among 1,000 I found, but a woman among all these I have not found. See, this alone I found, that God made man upright, but they have sought out many schemes. Oh, okay. Well, and I got a personal message out of that as well, so. Okay, and now I'm being guided to chapter 8, verse 10. And that's entitled, Those Who Fear God Will Do Well. Oh, I guess this is my answer. Then I saw the wicked buried. They used to go in and out of the holy place and were praised, or forgotten in Hebrew, in the city where they had done such things. This also is vanity, because the sentence against an evil deed is not executed speedily. The heart of the children of man is fully set to do evil, though a sinner does evil 100 times and prolongs his life. Yet I know that it will be well with those who fear God, because they fear before him. But it will not be well with the wicked, neither will he prolong his days like a shadow, because he does not fear before God. So in my interpretation, that means if you were called or chosen or you got it, you got it. Some are standing in the presence of God, others are not. That's my interpretation. I made a smoothie shake. I'm doing a day of fasting today. Well, at least a 12-hour fast. I think I've got that in already, as a matter of fact.
Bluetooth connected.
Yep. All right, it's 3:50 p.m., Monday, February 8th, 2020. That was a very solemn message I got, that this is basically it. People are making choices to either, choose what's good, what is just, what is peaceful, what is fair, what is right, what is honest, what is kind, what is helpful, what is beneficial, what is prosperous, what is progressive, rather than others who seek in some way, shape, or form either destruction, deception, or foolishness, wickedness, dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. So, yeah, that's exactly the messages I've been getting lately as well, is like people are either being called to duty or they're being cut out. And in whatever way that is, maybe there was some corporate executive who wasn't so honest in the books, the bottom line, and now he's losing all of his fortune. That's just a hypothetical example. Others are being called to fight spiritually, working with unseen forces. Some are being called to work physically, like say someone's an activist and they're in DC protesting, right? Whatever. But each person is, I guess, like strategically being placed into their right position, or their character is going to go through some type of refinement. I guess that's the only way to say it. Much love, everybody. Peace.